Today is August 6th, 2014, and this is the end of the season video for Building 80. The goals for this season, as we continue excavating this building, were to reveal as many of the burial sequences as possible in order to ascertain how long it would take to completely excavate the building. This season, we started out in the southern part of the building, but I will start talking about the northern sequence with the platforms because that's where we found 3 new burial sequences. In platform 3441, which is the one I'm standing on right now, this is the northeastern platform of the building. We recovered a juvenile that was buried in this burial pit. The feature number for the burial is 7404. Right now, there is another juvenile that's partially exposed, but we have not yet exposed the burial cut. There were also disarticulated parts of an adult burial that was disturbed by the later juvenile that we found that we have not yet completely uncovered either. To the west, with the northwestern platform, in platform 3442, we have 2 neonate burials in the small pits very close to the northern wall. They were both very, very young, 38 weeks, and very close in age and size, so it's possible that they could have been twins. Stratigraphically, they were certainly contemporary. The feature number for these burials, numbers for these burials are 7405 and 7406. Moving down to the platform that's in the center and right below the wall painting in Building 80, this is platform 3440. We were hoping to reach the burials that we know are in this platform, as you can see by the 3 depressions that are quite visible right now. These were also quite visible at the beginning of the season, and we started at the beginning of the season at this level and have gone down to this plaster layer, but we still have yet to see the burial cuts. So the burials in this platform are much, much earlier than anything we've uncovered so far. One exciting development for this season has been, as you can see here, the connection of this painting to one of the plaster floors belonging to this platform. As you can see, the painting sort of ends here. Within this plaster layer, we also found evidence of spilled pigment that was later covered up by another plastering deposit almost immediately. If we move down south a bit with bench 3439, that's the feature number, we've also been able to connect this bench to the painting. As you can see, we've started to uncover traces of another painting that seem to be in the same geometric pattern as the wall painting. Moving on to the central floor, we have removed 2 other floor sequences, and we have completely removed the molding and packing that created a sunken floor that was originally here. So there was a bit of molding here and a bit here. These 2 bits of molding possibly respected this installation that was existing over there. Now that that's all gone, we have also been able to work down here in the south. With the hearth, we removed the latest phase of the hearth, feature number 3436, and we're able to reveal an earlier reincarnation of it, feature number 7402. And as you can see, the hearth started out as an oval shape, then became more rectangular. And as we begin to reach an even earlier hearth, it's starting to become more and more circular in this area. Directly to the west of the hearth, we've discovered another fire spot that will probably be excavated next season. South of the hearth, we have a raised floor or a possible platform. We're not quite sure about this yet, so it has no feature number. This platform had a very shallow pit cut into it with very little finds in there, pretty sterile, except 1 piece of ground stone that's at the bottom of the cut. To the east of this possible platform and the hearth, we have another sunken floor that we have removed several floor sequences off of. In here, we also have a scoop that we found, similar to scoops in Building 89, but so far we've only found 1 of them, possibly for hanging things up over the hearth. We have removed several floor sequences off of this platform, feature 7401, and 2 floor sequences off of the ladder platform. But the ladder base that's still in there is not stratigraphically free, so that will have to remain and be excavated next season. One of the more exciting and interesting finds of the season has to do with the oven that we removed last season. At the beginning of the 2004 season, we continued to remove the base of the previous oven, which was feature 5041. As we removed the base, we expected an earlier reincarnation of the oven, but what we found instead were 3 clean white floor sequences. So we've come to the conclusion that this building did indeed have a phase that did not have an oven, all the while the hearth was still active in this building. Moving even further south, we've removed a bit of an extension that was built abutting this wall, feature 5038. The extension came out to about here, and it was interesting because the bricks were actually placed vertically over here, probably in order to, predating the oven, in order to be able to construct that large oven over up against it. Having taken that out, we uncovered the rest of the threshold down to its original size. And we can see this piece of beautifully preserved wooden threshold that's in here and extended out to the original size of the wall. In space 373, which is the space I'm standing on now, we also began to excavate, although we've had to set new limits of excavation because we are stepping the section over here. We originally thought that we had reached a surface in 2010, but as we began to excavate in this space, we found that what was left here was mostly room fill. We removed several layers of room fill here, and as you can see, we're starting to reach some floors here. We do have a brick that may or may not be in situ, either fortuitously collapsed or actually placed there. And there have been several layers that are very midden-like in the corner of the space here. As you can see, it's much darker in color and has a lot of bone and charcoal inclusions. So it's also possible that here, as close as we are to these floors, this space could have been used as an area for dumping. That's it. Yes. So the goals for next season for this building are to continue excavating and to reveal more of the plaster sequences relating to the wall painting and also more burial sequences, and to try to finish it off as soon as possible.